You guys watch Succession?
I've never seen Succession.
What is that about?
I assume about the succession to a throne.
Succession. It's a show on HBO. It's loosely based on Rupert Murdoch. He's got it's like a family drama, but it's super, super, super good. Like the politics and the relationship between these family members is insane. It's such a good show. Incredible show. You guys should definitely give that a watch. You'll binge it. It's that good.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I've seen the previews for it. It looks very interesting.
I'm
pumped for the fucking Mandalorian, man. I don't even like Star Wars, but this shit looks good.
Yes.
I watched that clip after our PKN yesterday, Kyle, and you couldn't have been more right with Bill Burr having the
Robert
what's his name? The guy from Die Hard.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. The Bruce Willis shooting cheeks where he comes around full cheek.
It's fucking cool, man.
So
I'm pretty jazzed about that. No fucking Jedi bullshit. No mythology. No Muppets. I'm into this version of Star Wars. This section of Star Wars. I'm definitely.
I hope you're right. I don't know why that would. Normally, we're on the opposite of this issue, right? I'm the guy who's like, Han Solo was better than people said, and the other one was especially better than people said, where they got the plans. I like that it seemed more than most people.
Yeah, it's my favorite Star Wars movie.
Really?
Which
third to most recent?
Rogue One.
That is the one. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't like Rogue One as much as I did.
I liked it. That robot was heartwarming, and they all fucking die at the end, and I'm happy about that because they can't make a goddamn sequel now. At least not with those fucking people.
No, and
they're all dead. Good.
Is that the one with the new Lady Jedi?
Nah. Well, it's its own separate thing. It's the Lady Jedi is like its own trilogy. But this Rogue One thing was sort of a prequel to it sort of fits right in the middle of the original trilogy. It's a movie all about them getting and stealing the plans for the Death Star that are then used by the rebels to destroy the Death Star. But
the one where Luke Skywalker takes out that first Death Star. You're all clear, kid, and he shoots. It was the plans they used to get that.
Or it may have even been. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, did you ever end up watching the Watchmen show you were talking about yesterday?
I'm going to wait till it's all out, but I'll tell you, I'm seeing those mixed reviews, and it's really turning me off. Like the fact that it's so unpopular that HBO has switched from calling it a series to a mini series, and that one reviewer that was complaining that it was like it was super woke or whatever, and it's just like I'm kind of turned off by some of the reviews I've read.
Me too. But sometimes I see stuff like that. Like I remember about Star Wars in this regard. I think I like The Watchmen more than most people like it. It's one of my favorite superhero movies. I really like that. So even if most people think this is a 5 out of 10, maybe it's a 7 out of 10 to me.
Even when I saw the Watchmen movie, the only character who I thought was super sick was Rorschach.
Rorschach's cool.
The owl guy, boring.
The comedian's good, dude.
The woman. Oh yeah, the comedian was funny, but I don't think he was around for that much, right?
No, you get to see flashbacks of him, but he's the character who dies right at the very beginning of the movie. Yeah. But then you get plenty of flashbacks of him and Nam and
in his nice penthouse and that big fight. Yeah, that was cool.
I was into all of them. Dr. Manhattan, right? Dr. Manhattan's so ridiculously powerful, and I'm mixing this up. Does he exist in all times at the same time and considers everyone on Earth just to be a blink of nothingness? Yeah. And
that's why
it's hard for him to even get into Earth problems in the same way that it's hard for him to get into anthill problems. And
I dislike him the same reason I dislike Superman. Or is Wonder Woman the same as Superman?
No,
not quite.
It provided an interesting meta to me because they had to be like, come on, Doc Manhattan. Would you please care? You could snap your fingers and solve this giant problem in my world. But for you, it's a small thing. And he's like, I don't know. I'm kind of here chilling on Mars doing fuck all. And that made Dr. Manhattan interesting to me. It wasn't a question of how powerful it was. It was a question of whether or not you could get him to be interested. There was that other guy who was so fast he could beat all the normal people, and he was so smart. And then, how smart is he compared to Dr. Manhattan? I liked it. I liked the dynamic. I liked the way there's a problem when you have a powerful superhero, right? Superman is a problem. It's hard to write around him. When Superman and Batman are both going after the Joker or something. Superman doesn't give a fuck. He could laser beam Iama from across the city. It's not a big deal. So how do you deal with the power imbalances? They dealt with it by making Dr. Manhattan indifferent to your problems. And I liked it. I liked Watchmen. It seems like more than most people did.
No, but I'm into it as well. You know, I like it a lot. I really enjoyed the movie. It was very dark. You know, it's a Zack Snyder movie. It's really dark. You know, there's fucking rape in there. There's at least two. It's a couple of rapes.
Yeah,
Dude,
allegedly one of the main
cool-
characters is a child of rape, right?
Yeah, absolutely she is. Yeah, it's pretty, and I love the fucking suit she wears. That fucking latex yellow and black deal. Like that's fucking cool.
It's good, but she's pre-fat.
You'll have to like remind me and walk me through the scene because I haven't seen the Watchmen movie in fucking since almost it came out. But when they're in the prison and Rorschach gets locked in there,
I hope you're kidding.
No.
He's talking to me about her
I'm
being
hoping he's
pre-fat.
kidding about the fucking Scarlet Witch or whatever her name is being fucking.
Yeah, I'm
pre-fat.
looking. I'm
I don't know
going
who
to
the
look
fuck
right
that
now.
is.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, what's her name again? It's not Scarlet Witch. That's Marvel. Chick
the
from Watchmen.
green wit goblin.
She's
I don't know.
Her name.
I can't find it. Watchmen. Here we go. Cast.
Silk
cast.
Spectre.
yeah,
Okay. Her name is Malin Ackerman. Lori Jupiter. Silk Spectre 2. So this is the same girl that is the wife of Axelrod, Bobby Axelrod in Billions. Have you guys watched that show?
I've watched a little bit of Billions, but my what is it? Stars Showtime like trial ran out, and it wasn't good enough to renew it.
Yeah. Yeah,
she's so fucking hot. I'm looking at her right now, Sally Jupiter.
Sally Jupiter. But what was that scene? I don't remember what happened, but it ended up with Rorschach in a prison fucking with people, and then some mob boss's henchman got his hand trapped and handcuffed around a thing, and he's like, don't do it. And he's like, we gotta get out anyway, and they just saw his fucking arms off and he dies.
Yeah.
That was sick.
So like they were trying to get into Rorschach's prison cell, and they had like one of those big industrial saws. It has like the blade that's for like stone and steel, and like one of the he goads one of the henchmen into like reaching in for him through the bars, and he like grabs his hands and like ties them together or something. So now to get through the bars, you have to go through his hands, and the guy's like, sorry, and he just cuts the guy's fucking arms off right there. Yeah, I love that the boss was a little person
sick.
too. And like
that was
when he
funny.
gets
And,
out,
very progressive.
no mercy for the little person. like he literally murders the little person like as soon as he gets out.
I have a
Good
thing.
shit.
She was not pre-fat. First of all, she was hotter than I remembered. Second, it's been a while, so you can look her up. And current pictures of her, not fat.
Good for her. I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
Super fucking hot. Super fucking hot. Yeah. Good movie. I liked it a lot. I wished that it had caught on. Maybe if it came out like 10 years later, like in the heart of this whole superhero thing, in the same way that a movie like Deadpool like was the sort of this anti-superhero movie that could have had its own niche.
And it was R-rated.
R-rated, which
Mm-hmm.
we all love.
Yeah.
You know, that like more
Top
R-rated
scoring
movies.
R-rated up until the Joker came around.
Well, that was
sounds like
Deadpool.
Deadpool 2, yeah.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Deadpool 2 beat Deadpool by like 1 million or 2, which activates Woody's conspiracy theory senses. You know, like, did you just like artificially top the first one?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of shady shit that goes on in showbiz.
I really like that Brad Pitt
I
was
don't
in that
think so.
movie for like 2 frames.
Yeah.
He was the Invisible Man or whatever. And, like he hits that high voltage wire and zzz, and you're like, that's Brad Pitt, and he's dead.
I didn't even know. I found it out on the internet later.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
that's
didn't
fine.
recognize Brad Pitt in
Well,
there?
you just see him for a
frame?
frame or 2.
Yeah, like it's like he's on there for a 24th of a
Oh.
second.
Yeah,
that's
it's
I got
it's
a real
almost a
laugh
fl-
out of that when I saw it.
it's almost like
okay.
a Fight Club esque
I missed it.
flash. Yeah, it's good. I'm sure in the next Deadpool movie they'll probably pay homage to the Joker with the dancing down the stairs scene that's been popularized so much.
Have you heard about that staircase that's in Queens or whatever? Yeah, and everybody there now is like, stop visiting the Joker staircase, because there are so many people going to the Joker staircase where he, does well. It's in the previews. And
Yeah, everybody's dancing down the stairs,
dancing down the stairs and everything. And it's such a great scene in the movie, when you have the context of it.
All right, man, thank you, appreciate that.
Yes.
I didn't know if you guys wouldn't have said that Brad Pitt was in Deadpool 2, and I've seen Deadpool 2 twice, I would have noticed that. I just looked it up. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's in there for literally 3 or 4 frames. Like he hits those high voltage wires.
Yeah, I just saw it.
You see him and then he's gone. Yeah, it was really funny.
That's some wild ass shit.
Yeah.
What's a really great movie that's about to come out?
The Irishman that's coming out on Netflix with.
Other than The Irishman, I think we're all on board for The Irishman. That looks fucking sick. I just looked up upcoming movies and I don't know any of these. There's another Charlie's Angels coming out.
Who gives a fuck? The original Charlie's Angels nailed it. I don't need to see anything else. Dr. Sleep's coming out. That's the sequel to The Shining with Ewan McGregor.
Yeah,
big fan of him.
Wow.
And I think that might actually be pretty good. Another Star Wars movie, the final of this current trilogy is coming out. I think a movie that's going to be pretty impressive is the Mr. Rogers movie with your boy Forrest Gump playing. What's
too violent? Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Too violent.
Another Jumanji's coming out. That I don't know if you like those, but I think they're quite good. I
fucking love Jumanji. Those plants that grow into the building, like in where they're the vines. That part of the game that scared the shit out of me as a kid.
I like the newer Jumanji more. Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I expected to get pushback on that.
Oh no! The new Jumanji's like killer. You got Kevin Hart and The Rock and that hot redheaded chick and Jack Black. It's great.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah,
that really was a great movie. That was one that I got talked into. Like I think it was my girlfriend. It was like, let's watch Jumanji, and I'm like, no, this is gonna suck. It doesn't even have fucking Robin Williams in it because he killed himself. And turns out, fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'd have watched it if I didn't have a kid. Well, I've got kids, but only ones, at home and watching movies with me. And I'm glad I did. It was good.
There's something about Kevin Hart that anything I see him in, I just love him. Like I love Kevin Hart.
He's that type of person, that type of human. I don't think that I would watch or that I would purposely miss so many movies in theaters if I didn't travel so much. I like to watch it on my iPad when I can be super just focused on that and no cell, because I won't get Wi-Fi until I really am done with all my in-flight entertainment, which I personally take care of. I don't wait for the little TV thing. I bring my own iPad. I download movie. There's a drama. There's a drama show on Netflix right now. I don't know the name of it. It's insane. It's in Spanish.
Who's in it?
Oh,
it's in Spanish. I wouldn't know. I don't speak Spanish.
No, but it's got subtitles, bro.
I'm not about to read.
What if I accidentally get smarter by reading all that?
No, but
have you even thought of that?
There's incredible shows.
What if I learned to spell something?
There's a crazy ass show. It's a detective show. Oh,
you're not thinking of Heist or The Heist or something?
No, it's like a Roman, like spy, like a spy. It's an Italian, but you can read the subtitles and it's an incredible show. You gotta watch all shows. I mean, subtitles, the language aside, it's beautiful storytelling.
I got enough Telemundo on the inside. It's all English for me now.
Telemundo.
Yeah.
Didn't occur to me till just now. I also have a Clark Kent costume.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Those aren't just reading glasses, folks.
It's still me. Don't get scared. But I have an answer for Kyle that's almost right. He asked what's coming out, I think, that he's excited about. It's out now. I think it's new, but Double Tap 2, Zombieland Double Tap 2 with Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
I haven't. The fact that I haven't heard anything about that makes me think it's not that good. Because Zombieland was such a huge hit, and I loved Zombieland 1.
Right.
The whole Bill Murray cameo was so fucking funny.
I love
that was
the
done
rules.
so well. I like the rules, all that, and when I heard Zombieland 2, they're gonna do another one. Oh, that's neat. I'm not into it enough to follow it, but I'll go see it. And then feels like just tumbleweeds, and it's like that kind of might be indicative of something.
I have the same vibe on it and the same concern. But I like the first one enough. It's carrying interest for me. I'll at least watch it when it's on some streaming platform.
Oh yeah, I'll give it a go. I'm right now just dreading at how much they're gonna ruin the new Lord of the Rings series.
Come on, man, it's gonna be killer. Then you get Ian McKellen in there, and you'll be fucking jerking off to that shit.
I fucking hope so because I love Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
The Game of Thrones prequels just got twisted up. Like I read that
did.
they canceled it, and I'm like, okay,
Really?
good, fuck it. And then they announced another one the same day with a new star. Like they're just kicking it over again.
Well, see, they had like 4 different potential projects in like in the works, like 4 whole different, completely separate teams are doing 4 whole separate like ideas for the thing. And like one of them was like the one that was leading, they were like, no, not you. And so like number 2, like they're like, this one though. You know, I think that's what happened.
Do you remember any details about like?
I think Naomi Watts was the star of it or something like that. That's all I
remember
knew.
that too. Okay, because the thing I read, which I didn't commit to memory, was like this plot line was canceled and this plot line they're going with, and I thought you might know it.
No, I don't know, and I don't want to know. As long as D&D aren't involved, I'm down. You know, that's an interesting universe. I hope it's a prequel way in the past and get away. I'd like to still see some familiar houses, and maybe like if you're really familiar with the lore, you might recognize a character's name. Like, you know, I've got that. You may too. The big Game of Thrones book that has the houses going back 10 generations and all that stuff, and that might be interesting, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
That came from one human.
One
human invented like all of this.
Tolkien is 10 times the writer that he was.
Languages too.
Yeah, Tolkien invented fucking languages for all of his different races, and then each different race has a family tree that's absurdly long, and it's you know, there's a whole mythology, a whole religion. There's an afterlife. There's gods and angels, at least the equivalents of them, and demons.
He was a true
Satan.
autist.
A true autist. He was very artistic.
Well, Martin,
that guy did not. That guy must have been vaccinated so much.
Did you hear like how much trouble he had with his family in later years, where his wife and kids would be like, "Just please come down for Thanksgiving." He's like, "I'm writing Dwarvish."
Is that your 8th polio
Tolkien?
vaccine this week?
Yeah, Tolkien.
I was like, there's no way they're talking about Gur Martin. If there's one thing I know about him, I know 2 things about him. 1, he doesn't write that much. 2, he's not missing Thanksgiving. Those are the 2 things I know about that guy.
No, only J.R.R.
absolutely
Tolkien
not.
missed Thanksgiving.
Yeah, who missed Thanksgiving?
Tolkien.
Tolkien, like if you like, you know, Tolkien, the guy who
The writer of
Lord of the
Lord
Rings,
of the Rings.
went basically borderline insane for a while because he was so into the world he was creating. They would like be like, you have to go to this thing, like you're giving a speech, you're a popular writer, do that. No, I'm writing Elvish.
Yeah.
I'm constructing Elvish as a language so I can write dumb poems in Elvish and put it in my book that people 100 years from now will see and then skip by so they can get back to the story. And yeah, so he constructed a magnificent world. He just didn't master the being good at writing aspect of it. Being good at being compelling in his writing, keeping you engaged, because he didn't do well with that. He would create a wondrous world with 100 multifaceted places you could go with it. And he would flesh out each of those multifaceted areas. And then he would describe a battle and be like, and then they charged in and won. It's like, you fucking asshole. Could you just spend more time on that? I'm so itchy.